Hey there, we're back, and this is time for section 3.5. And I wanted to take a moment to remind you at the beginning of this section that we've learned how to find a whole bunch of stuff using Excel and or StatCrunch. This is actually the same data set we already used for IQR. So we actually already found this a while ago. Let me put these numbers right here. So here they were right there. See that? We could also have, the IQ scores. Well, I'm just typing them in. Oopsie, not that big. That would be a really huge IQ. Oopsie. Now, the beautiful thing about StatCrunch is it just finds half of this stuff on its own without any trouble at all, which is wonderful. Otherwise, you can sit here and find it yourself. And let me just remind you some of these formulas. So the mean, that's equal to average of this data. I also want the variance and the standard deviation and the median and the mode. Okay, so median is equal to median parentheses of that data. Okay, the mode, remember, you've got to just figure it out yourself, right? It's 118. It's whichever one occurred the most often, which in this case, 118. I don't even think StatCrunch finds mode. It just tells you. All right, so then they want the standard deviation, which is equal to stdev.s, or just stdev if you're using older Excel. The variance is equal to var.s for me, or just var if you're working with old Excel of that data. Let's see, min, the minimum value would be equal to the min, min, parentheses, of that data. The max, max is equal to max, parentheses, of that data. Now, where Excel fails you is that Excel doesn't find Q1 and Q3, these two, correctly. So you have to use StatCrunch anyway. And for my money, if you got to go use StatCrunch, then why not just use it for the whole shebang and call it a day? I don't know. But, sometimes you just want bits and pieces. So if you just want bits and pieces, then Excel can do that for you. And I figured I'd remind you all the different formulas. So the range is the max minus the min. You could find it separately. You could find it all at once. Okay. This is IQ data. There we go. All right. And again, you could use StatCrunch to do it. Stat, summary statistics, columns. That's the variable. Next. And you choose which of these things you want. I don't want standard error. Yep, see, mode's not even an option. Okay. Calculate. And so on. All right. And then you could just copy and paste into Excel, into Word, into whatever. All right, so let me go back in here, and I'm going to type up all the numbers we found. Hold on one second. Oops, here we are. So I'm just typing in all the stuff that we've already found. Now the tricky ones, remember, are Q3 and Q1. You have no choice but to use StatCrunch for those because Excel does not find them correctly. And that means that, of course, if Excel doesn't find those correctly, it won't find IQR correctly either. Now notice that in this particular problem, I've actually asked for the median twice. That's okay. The median is part of something called the 5-number summary. It's 5 numbers, the Q1, the medians, and the 2 quartiles and the max, these 5 numbers right here, that summarize your data set. That's what they're considered to do. So that's the 5-number summary. 5 numbers that summarize your data set. Oh, the lower fence. We already found that, but I'll bring it back. Lower fence is equal to Q1 minus 1.5 IQR. There you go. Right, which in our case was 90. Of course, different data sets will have different answers. And the upper fence is Q3 plus 1.5 IQR, which in our case turned out to be 130. All right, so there's a review of all the summary statistics we found. A lot of them get found in one fell swoop with StatCrunch, which is why StatCrunch is really nice for that kind of thing, because it gives you this whole list of things. Right? Otherwise, you can find them piecemeal with Excel, with the exception of Q3, Q1, and the IQR, honestly. All 3 of those do not get found with Excel. They have to be found with StatCrunch. All right, I'll see you back here